in this book. Your story isn't over until you say it's over. See, too many people let their past become their prison. They walk around carrying all that old baggage like it's some kind of badge. Oh, I failed at this, I messed up that, I lost this opportunity. Yeah, and what else is new? Everybody has a past full of mistakes and missed opportunities. The question is, are you going to let that define the rest of your life? Your history is supposed to be a reference point, not a residence. You don't live there anymore. You visit it to learn the lessons and then you move forward. But what you're doing is you move back in, unpacked your bags, hung up pictures on the wall, and now you're sitting there wondering why your life isn't moving forward. It's because you're still living in yesterday. The most successful people in the world have just as much failure in their past as you do. Some of them got more. The difference is that they decided that their past was preparation, not a prediction. They took every loss, every setback, every person who told them no, and they used it as fuel instead of letting it become their funeral. Right now, today, this very moment, you have the power to start writing something new. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need the perfect conditions. All you need is the decision that from this point forward, you're writing a different story. One where you are the victor, not the victim. One where you're the author, not just a character somebody else created. What you did don't matter as much as what you do next. What happened to you don't control what happens through you. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not your past. You are the person who gets to decide what comes next, and that decision starts right now, right where you are sitting. Stop making excuses and start making moves. Every single person has a reason why they can't succeed. I don't have the education. I don't have the connection. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too broke. You know what all that is? Those are excuses, and excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable in our failure. Let me tell you something about excuses. They sound really good. They sound logical. They sound like legitimate reasons. But all they really are barriers you're building between yourself and your destiny. You're constructing a whole fortress of reasons why you can't make it. And then you're wondering why success can't get through to you. You built the wall yourself. The person who wants it bad enough will find a way. The person who don't will find an excuse. It's that simple. You can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. You can build an empire or you can build a list of reasons why you couldn't, but you ain't got time and energy for both. So which one are you choosing? I hear people say, I don't have the resources. Baby, you got more resources than people who built empires had. You got the internet. You got libraries. You get free information everywhere. What you don't have is the willingness to be uncomfortable long enough to learn and grow. What you don't have is the discipline to do what you don't feel like doing. And don't tell me you don't have time. You got the same 24 hours as everybody else. You got the same 24 hours as the person who is running 3 businesses, raising kids, staying healthy, and building generational wealth. The difference isn't the time, it's the priorities. You got time for social media. You got time for television. You got time for gossip. But you don't got time to build your dream. That ain't a time problem. That's a priority problem. Starting right now, I want you to catch yourself every time you're about to make an excuse. Every time you're about to say, I can't, because I want you to stop and ask yourself, is this real or am I just scared? 9 times out of 10, it's fear dressed up like logic. It's comfort disguised as common sense. And once you see it for what it really is, you can make a different choice. You can choose the move instead of the excuse. Failure is just tuition for success. You think everybody who made it never failed? You're crazy. Failure is the university of success. You can't graduate without going through the classes. Every setback is setting you up for something greater if you're willing to learn the lesson instead of just feeling the pain. See, the problem isn't that you failed. The problem is you think failure means stop. Failure don't mean stop. Failure means adjusting. It means try something different. It means you just found one way that don't work. And now you have information you didn't have before. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he got the light bulb right. 10,000 times. And when somebody asked him about all those failures, you know what he said? He said, I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways that don't work. But most of y'all fail once and want to quit. You try something, it don't work out perfectly the first time, and you're ready to throw in the towel. That ain't how success works. Success is built on a foundation of failures. Every successful person you admire failed more times than you even tried. The difference is that they kept going. You know why people are afraid of failure? Because they take it personally. They think that if the business fails, they are a failure. If the relationship didn't work out, they are not worth loving. If they didn't get the job, they are not qualified. That's not what failure means. Failure is feedback. Failure is data. Failure is your teacher showing you what needs to change so you can get different results next time. I've failed more times than I can count. I've been broke. I've been homeless. I've been laughed at. I've been told no more times than most people have been told good morning. But every single one of those failures taught me something. Every single one of those setbacks gave me information I needed for the comeback. And when I finally made it, it wasn't despite the failures, it was because of them. So when you fail, and you will fail, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. What did I learn? What can I do differently? And am I going to quit or am I going to keep going? Those 3 questions will determine whether your failure is a funeral or a classroom. You get to choose which one it is. Your comfort zone is your danger zone. Nothing grows there. Nothing changes there. Nothing amazing happens there. You've been sitting in that same spot doing that same thing, getting those same results, complaining about those same problems. If you want different, you've got to do different. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. It's safe, it's familiar, it's predictable. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. Because while you're in there feeling comfortable, life is passing you by. Opportunities are passing you by. Your potential is dying a slow death while you sit there comfortably. Everything you want is outside your comfort zone. The relationship you want, the income you want, the life you want, the person you want to become, all of it is on the other side of uncomfortable. But you are so addicted to comfort that you are willing to sacrifice your dreams just to avoid a little temporary discomfort. That don't make any sense. Comfort is a drug. It makes you feel good in the moment, but it's killing your future. Are you comfortable in that job you hate? You're comfortable in that relationship that ain't going anywhere. You're comfortable staying small because stepping up means people might criticize you. You're comfortable being broke because trying to get money means you might fail. Comfort is destroying your life, and you don't even see it. The most successful people in the world are comfortable being uncomfortable. They train themselves to run toward the things that scare them instead of away from them. They know that growth and comfort can't coexist. You're either growing or you're comfortable, but you ain't doing both at the same time. I need you to understand something. Every single day you stay in your comfort zone, you're getting further away from your goals. Every day you choose safe over scary, you choose stagnant over success. Every day you pick familiarity over faith, you're picking comfort over calling. And one day you're going to wake up and realize you traded your destiny for comfort. And that's going to be the most uncomfortable feeling you ever had. Starting today, do one thing that scares you, one thing that makes you uncomfortable, one thing that challenges you. And then tomorrow, do it again. And the next day, do it again. Pretty soon, what used to be uncomfortable becomes your new normal. And that's when you know you're growing. That's when you know you're moving toward the life you're supposed to be living. You're waiting for everything to line up perfectly before you make a move. Let me tell you something. Perfection never comes. Perfect is a myth. Perfect is an excuse. Start with what you have right where you are and build from there. I see so many people sitting on the sidelines of their own lives waiting for perfection, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect amount of money in the bank, the perfect level of knowledge, the perfect circumstances. Meanwhile, years are going by, opportunities passing, and they are still waiting for perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. While you're waiting for perfection, somebody else is starting with imperfection and building something. While you're waiting to know everything, somebody else is learning as they go and getting ahead. While you're waiting for all the pieces to fall into place, somebody else is making it work with half the pieces and creating the rest as they go. You know what you need to start. You need a decision. That's it. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need perfect conditions. You need to decide that you are starting, and then you start. You figure it out as you go. You make adjustments along the way. You learn what you need to learn when you need to learn it. Some of the greatest companies in the world started in a garage. Some of the most successful people started with nothing but a dream and a decision. They didn't have it all figured out. They didn't have all the resources. They didn't have perfect, but they committed and they had the willingness to start imperfect and improve along the way. Your words create your world. You keep saying, I'm broke, I'm stuck, I can't do anything. Guess what? You're right. Because whatever you keep speaking over your life, you're giving it power. Start speaking life. Start speaking successfully. Start speaking possibilities even when you don't see them yet. The words coming out of your mouth are more powerful than you realize. You're not just describing your reality, you're creating it. Every time you say, I can't, you just gave yourself permission to quit. Every time you say, I always mess up, you just programmed yourself to fail again. Every time you say, nothing ever works out for me, you just set up your next disappointment. Your mind believes what you tell it most. If you are constantly talking about how hard everything is, how broke you are, how nothing ever works out, that's exactly what your mind going to create for you. Your brain is designed to prove you right. So if you keep saying you can't, your brain is going to find every reason and every way to make sure you don't. I need you to start speaking like the person you're trying to become, not the person you currently are. Speak abundance even when the bank account looks funny. Speak success even when you are facing setbacks. Speak victory even when you are in the middle of the battle. Because your words are creating the path your life is going to follow. This ain't about lying to yourself. This ain't about pretending everything is perfect when it isn't. This is about directing your future with your words instead of describing your past. This is about using your mouth as a tool to build instead of a weapon to destroy your own progress. Listen to yourself talk for one day. Really listen. Count how many times you say something negative about yourself, your situation, or your future. Then ask yourself, if I had a friend who talked to me the way I talk to myself, would I still be friends with them? Most of y'all would have cut yourself off a long time ago because of how negative you are to yourself. You've got to see it before you can be it. If you can't see yourself successful in your mind, you're never going to be successful in your life. Visualization isn't just some new age stuff. It's preparation. When you see it clearly in your mind, your body knows what to do when the opportunity comes. Every single thing that exists in the physical world started as a thought in somebody's mind. The phone you're holding, the car you drive, the building you're in, all of it was imagined before it was created. And the same thing applies to your success. You've got to see it in your mind before you can hold it in your hand. Most people can't succeed because they can't even picture themselves as successful. They're so used to struggling, so used to barely making it, so used to coming up short, that when they try to imagine success, they can't even see it. Their vision for their life is just more of what they already have. And if that's all you can see, that's all you're going to get, I want you to close your eyes and see yourself winning. See yourself in that business. See yourself in that house. See yourself with that financial freedom. See yourself living the life you dreamed about. And I want you to see it so clear that you can feel it. See it so detailed that you know what it smells like what it sounds like, what it feels like when you touch it. The reason this matters is that your brain can't tell the difference between something you vividly imagined and something you actually experienced. When you visualize success over and over, you're training your brain to recognize the opportunities and make the decisions that lead to that success. You're programming yourself for the life you want instead of the life you got. Athletes visualize their performance before they compete. Surgeons visualize procedures before they operate. Successful people visualize their success before they achieve it. This isn't optional if you want to win. This is required. You've got to see the movie in your mind before you can star in it in real life. This ain't just about you. You've got family watching you. You got kids watching you. You got somebody out there who needs to see you win so they know they can win too. Your success is bigger than you. When you quit, you ain't just quitting on yourself. You're quitting on everybody who's watching you, waiting for you, believing in you. You got kids who need to see that somebody from where they're from can make it. You have family members who need to see that it's possible to break generational curses. You got somebody out there whose story is tied to yours, and they need you to win. You think your struggle is private, but it's not. Somebody is watching how you handle this. Somebody is watching to see if you're going to give up or get up. Somebody is learning from you right now, whether you're teaching them how to quit or how to keep going. And 20 years from now, they're going to remember what you did in this moment. Your children, whether you got them now or you're going to have them later, are learning how to handle adversity by watching you. They are learning what perseverance looks like by watching you. They are learning whether dreams are possible or just fantasies by watching what you do with yours. You can't tell them to chase their dreams if you gave up on yours. You can't tell them not to quit if that's exactly what you did when it got hard. Generational change starts with one person deciding they're done living the way everybody before them lived. It starts with one person saying, I don't care how many people in my family gave up. I'm not. I don't care how many people settled. I'm not. I don't care how many people stayed stuck. I'm not. And when you make that decision, you don't just change your life, you change your whole family tree. So when you want to quit, and trust me, you're going to want to quit, I want you to think about who you're doing this for. Think about the kid watching you. Think about the person who needs your testimony. Think about the generation coming after you who needs to see that somebody made it out. You owe it to them to keep going. You owe it to yourself to finish what you started. That thing that knocked you down, that thing that broke your heart, that thing that made you cry, that wasn't there to destroy you. That was there to develop you. God wouldn't put you through it if